it's Judy Klock at Stampin' with Crafty Klock. Thanks so much for stopping by my YouTube channel to check out my latest video. I hope that you like what I have in store for you. Ready? Let's go. Hey Stampers, it's Judy Klock here tonight. It's Thursday, a little bit after 7:30. I hope everyone is doing well. I thought I would come on tonight and just talk to you a little bit about the celebration that we have going on right now in our amazing starter kit special before we get down to our projects for tonight. So right now during celebration, you can join Stampin' Up! And get your supplies at cost for let me backtrack. The starter kit is always $125 worth of product for just $99. And you get to select what products you want. You can mix and match and put whatever products you want in your starter kit. So if you're just a beginning stamper, you can get, stamp sets and paper and the tools like paper snips and a paper trimmer and inks. If you're an experienced stamper and you want some of the more advanced tools, you can use your starter kit to get the new Stamp Cut and Emboss machine. That's what I love about it, is that it's completely customizable. So when you sign up and you get your starter kit, you become part of this amazing community of stampers who are really supportive. We all like to support each other and encourage each other and have a lot of laughs along the way. And right now during celebration, in addition to your $125 in products for just $99, you'll also get a special bonus of 5 packs of paper, designer series paper. That's about a $60 value that you're going to get absolutely free, along with the paper pumpkin. So really, you're getting close to almost $200 worth of product for $99. And you get to work with the crafty stampers, who are just some of the most fun stampers that you would ever want to work with. We're a little crazy, but we have a lot of laughs when we get together, and it's really a fun time. I gotta say, I am so happy when I signed up. I did it really just to feed my hobby, and just because I loved it. It brought me such joy to create. And I just want to share that joy with others, especially now. I think we could use just a little bit more joy in our lives. If you didn't have a chance to catch my live at lunch this week, go back and make sure you watch it. We made these really cute little treat holders just in time for Valentine's Day. It's just a 6x6 piece of paper. This one has, I think, 3 Ghirardelli minis in there. This one has, I don't know, probably like 6 or 7 Hershey's Kisses. Again, you can just, score a 6x6 piece of paper. There's really no cutting. There's a couple of hole punching and then just stamp your tag. But I thought these were really fun. So I did those Tuesday on my live at lunch. And these are, the instructions are on my main Stampin' with Crafty Klock Facebook page. So tonight I'm doing a throwback. Hey Patricia, I'm going back to the annual catalog. I've had this stamp set for a while now. It's called Beautiful Friendship. It's really a beautiful blend of florals and sentiments. And it's been mocking me because I've wanted to work with it, but there's so much new fun stuff coming out. And I said tonight, I just want to stop. I'm going to stop. I'm going to go back. I'm going to pull this one out. I have a lot of birthdays coming up in the next couple of months, so I'm going to create some really lovely birthday cards. So today I went and I also kind of stuck by my my color group. So the first card is, I guess, our brights. It's the Flirty Flamingo and the Granny Apple Green. And those are the only 2 colors in this card. And I just really like the way it sort of came together. The next one I went with our subtles. And I kept it to the Highland Heather, the So Saffron, and the Blushing Bride and Pear Pizzazz. And again, I really think these colors work well. That's what I love about Stamping Up, is the color coordination and how well everything really works together. So these are really both pretty simple projects, with the exception of the die cuts. Everything else here is really just cutting on your paper trimmer and then just stamping. I didn't really even add any embellishments because I really thought the cards and the colors just kind of spoke on their own. They were strong enough to just kind of stand alone. So let's go ahead and start. This is my favorite because I love green. So I'm going to start with the Flirty Flamingo card. So I just dropped half of my stuff on the floor. Hang on. So we have our usual 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. To this, I'm going to put a piece of our basic white on the inside, 5 1/4 by 4. Pardon me. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this all set up. And again, I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus because I just love that. Okay, I am going to pull in, because these stamps are photopolymers, so I'm going to pull in my Stampin' Pierce mat. Give me 1 second while I try to find and follow along. Don't know if I can. It's always a challenge for me to try to find where I am. There we go. Let me just make sure I can turn off my volume. There we go. We're good to go. All right, so because these are photopolymers, I am going to pull out my Stampin' Pierce mat, and I'm going to take another piece of Whisper White. This is 5 1/4 by 4. And again, these are just going to be really simple. We're basically going to create like our own designer series paper. And from the stamp set, I picked out the single rose, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp it randomly on my Whisper White. I'm just going to kind of go, some will be all the way on, some will be off. I'm just going to create my own little pattern of roses. Okay, now I want to go back and I want to go through with my Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to add some leaves. I've got the double leaf here. And again, there's not going to be a rhyme or reason to how I'm putting this leaf on there. I'm just going to kind of go ahead and just kind of stick it where I think I want it to be. And this is just really a fun little, I love these colors. I think they're just so bright and cheerful. It's been kind of snowy and cold here, so these really just brought a smile to my face as I made them. So I hope they'll bring a smile to your face. Don't forget to leave a comment or a like or a heart so that I can go ahead and enter you in the drawing for these. And I forgot to do last week's drawing, so I'm going to do that later today, and I'll post that. I just got really busy with work and home and stuff. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put that on my card front. Getting everything caught up over here. All right. Okay, I'm just going to kind of stick that on. I'm going to have this go landscape in a minute. I'm going to flip it this way. And then I have my Stitched So Sweetly die cuts, a Granny Apple Green and the basic white. I'm going to stamp my sentiment in with birthdays are the best days. And we're just going to go ahead and put that right there. Oh, I don't know why this silly thing came back up. Okay. I'm going to adhere this one to the green with just my Stampin' Seal, and then I'm going to put the green onto the card using my Stampin' Dimensionals. And I love how these two just kind of really fit together so well. They really just kind of work so well together. All right, we're going to put on some Stampin' Dimensionals. How's your weather out there in Indiana, Pat? Is it cold and snowy, or are you guys doing okay? It's a little cold and snowy here. It's melting though, thankfully, but I guess they're calling for maybe more snow next week. Who knows? I don't even think the meteorologists know. Okay, we're just going to put that right there. And there is my very fun, that I think is very fun, happy birthday card. I love those colors. Sorry, I just love that green, and I love how it works with the flirty flamingo. Okay, so we're done with this one. Now we're going to take our Highland Heather, and these are going to be more from the Subtle family. Now I have 2 pieces of white, one I trimmed down. I want to make sure I put the correct one. So again, my card base is going to be 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Like I said, this is our Highland Heather. I'm just going to crease that with my bone folder. I'm going to get a nice crisp crease in there. I am going to put a piece of my Whisper White. And if you guys haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, I would really love it if you would subscribe. Go onto YouTube and look for Crafty Klock and hit that little subscribe button, and then remember to check the bell so that you can always be notified when I upload new content. But I would love it. I'm up to like 72 followers, and I would love to get up to 100. So all follows are greatly appreciated. I'm going to add a piece of So Saffron that is 5 1/4 by 4. And again, I just love how the purple and the yellow complement each other. I love how I can take my high school color wheel training from high school art class and apply it now. Okay. And then I have another piece of our basic white. This is 5 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to pull back in my Stampin' Pierce mat, and I'm going to take, we have a lot more stamps here. This is kind of busy. And I'm gonna do what's like a, called like a, sort of like a mirror stamp. So I'm going to take the Highland Heather, and I'm going to use, I guess it's sort of like a double rose stamp, maybe even like a triple, but it's a big rose stamp. I'm gonna stamp one there, and then I'm gonna flip the paper and I'm gonna stamp another one. So whatever I do on the top, I'm gonna flip over and do on the bottom. Okay, so now we've got that. Then I'm going to come back in with some Blushing Bride. And I've got this cute little, I don't even know what kind of stamp this is. I couldn't tell you. But I'm going to come and I'm going to stamp like 2. Just kind of like right there. And some of them are going to be stamped off. We're going to flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing here. Just going to stamp 2 of those. All right, then we're going to come back with our So Saffron. And I've got this, I don't even know, again, it's another floral stamp. It's kind of got like the 2 floral images. I don't know if you could see that. And I'm going to stamp that over here. And then we're going to flip it over. And we're going to stamp it over here. Oh, more so for you tomorrow, Pat? I'm sorry. And then I'm going to take my Pear Pizzazz. And this time it's a triple leaf. I've got like the triple leaf stamp. And I'm just gonna add a couple of these leaves. Again, just kind of randomly placing them on the card, kind of wherever I think I want some, just a little bit of green to show up. Okay, and flip it over. And then maybe, whoa, that could have been bad, but luckily it didn't smear on my card. Okay, put that there. All right, now we're done. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this onto our card base. And again, my layers always get a little bit shorter, 1/4 of an inch shorter on each side as I build my layers from bottom to top. So, like I said, this one is 5 by 3 3/4. And we're going to just center that on there, layer that on the So Saffron. Now I'm going to come back in with my Highland Heather, and we're going to stamp very big congratulations and best wishes to you. So that could be, you know, that's kind of a general sentiment. It could be, you know, for a promotion. It could be for maybe an anniversary, a new job. I mean, it really is sort of a very generic sentiment, so that you can use it for a lot of occasions. And again, I'm going to layer these 2 together, and then we're going to add these with some Stampin' Dimensionals, because I do love them. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to put a little bit of Wink of Stella on this one, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so we've got that. And now I've got my Wink of Stella. And I just love Wink of Stella. It's, to me, one of like the best embellishments, because it just adds just a little tiny bit of that sparkly shine that you want. And I'm just gonna kind of come and rub it on my flowers. Just give them just a little tiny bit of shine. I'm not gonna do the leaves, but I am gonna do, I don't like my floral petals. I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom one. And it's just really going to, I don't know how well this shows up on camera, if you can really see the wink of Stella, but I love it. Who doesn't like a little bit of sparkle? I know I do. All right. So that's it. I go crazy with the wink of Stella. I just love it. But sometimes I have to say, okay, enough is enough. So I don't know if you can kind of see. It adds just a little tiny bit of shimmer and shine. But that is it. Those are our 2 cards. And again, this was back in the annual catalog. This is our beautiful friendship stamp set. I think it's really lovely. And as you see, it's kind of fun to play with. And you can have a lot of fun with really what I would consider maybe some, especially this one, a little bit more of the unusual color combinations and just add a little bit of color to it. That's it for me, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you next week right here on Stampin' with Judy Klock. Bye.